and looking along the banks, just that time of year, I found that piece of some farm equipment, no doubt, but big, and with it, big old nail and pipage, and yeah, definitely a rift-raff bank with all kinds of stuff in it. And looks like maybe a little dam was built at some point. Kind of poking along, identifying the rocks. You never know, this might be filled with garnets or anything, you know. Every little creek, even if it just runs through a neighborhood, is another chance to find a whole new deposit. Remember, the creek's been there for eons, and the neighborhoods and roads and everything are new. So don't let location fool you. The most precious gem deposit could be sitting like right in the middle of town. Definitely got some obsidian, and it is cold, people. Got that wind that comes in. Hey, look, we got brick coming way back there. So pop up over the bank a couple of times and see if you're near new houses is a good thing to do. Make sure you're not wandering right up on somebody. We got bones. Ugh. Let's hope those are deer bones, right? Let's see. I don't know. Well, probably it looks like the upper fat thigh bone and a lower leg. But look what it was by. Rusty metal and old glass. Those are clues though. I like that. I'm also looking for trees and plants that would have gone wild from old landscapes. You know how quick they do that. Checking every piece of obsidian, because you never know. What are you? Big round metal thing. Moving kind of fast. Trying to stay warm and just get an idea of what's going on. What is going on? Look at that. Is that leaf spring? Yeah, with more metal trapped under it. Big old leaf spring. Under cement. So, it's definitely had oh, look at the size of these trees. Holy moly. They're literally holding the bank. Do you have anything in your roots that you've held this whole time? What do you got? Checking the gravels. Let's pop up over here and see what's here. Are we in a camp? We're in a cat camp. That's a happy thing. Catland, Catland. I like when people take care of the cats. I worked at a animal rescue place for a bit, and yeah, cats is good peoples. Lots of this obsidian. That's probably going to be the main little check out here. Look at that big old fleck. That's actually a worked edge there. You can see the back and forth of it, and it would be because it's such a big, nice piece. Nobody would pass that up. Be hard to prove it except for that one edge. You can see it's basically like the edge of any spear or arrow tip that you would find. So that is pretty obvious. But yeah, lots of stuff. Look at that. I think it's a pirate ship. Yeah, it is. Look at these oaks on the corner down. You're laughing at me. The crows are just having a heyday with this. They have not seen a fool come up this creek like me in a long time. Look at these. Holding the bank. How's it going? Nice to meet you. I don't know. I'm not sure how the anatomy works. Alright. Guess they'd probably let you know. Well, more accidental finds. I literally just stepped right off the road to check a chunk of bare dirt where I knew there was a bunch of obsidian to see what was sticking out of it. And you can see that there's toss downs and things that have been worked on. That one was either a knife that broke or I was literally here 2 seconds and picked that up. So I'm going to poke around a little bit more. Ooh, look, that one's gray. Now that's really cool. That's a whole different rock going on there. See what I mean? So when you get on one, you're usually right in the thick of it, at least around here, because so few people have actually touched anything. Sometimes you can just find blade after blade. I'm going to come back for those. We'll just look a little bit. Here's one for sure. Here's another knife, at least blanked out. And that's still sharp. You can see, I don't know if it broke in half, but definitely a made tool. Check this whole mound here. Sometimes it's literally just a pile from a workshop, basically. Ooh, there's another one that's a different color. You see how you're getting a bunch of different colored stones like that, and none of them have their natural surface on them. So that's usually a good indication that you're on a work site. I keep that just because it's pretty. Yeah, that one. That's awesome. And then we're going to look for edges. See how that one has an edge? Natural, though. See how it's just fat? Ooh, it's raining on us. It's really that whole different color gray. It's really exciting. I actually start shaking a little bit. But I'm telling you, the scope and scale of the workings in California and the Pacific area is just insane. It's always, the numbers are always played down, but from what you can see and what's been made and left behind, there's just insane copious amounts of civilization for a long, long period of time. Over far larger areas than anybody wants to admit. See, this is like if you're walking into a carpenter's wood shop and you went through the tailings piles of things that were half finished, or you can see where that one started to get worked on. But I can't stand it because my eyes can see it. And there could be a hotel here tomorrow, and while science does its best, it's really actually way too slow for the scheme of development and the size of what's being lost and hidden and buried all the time, in my opinion. So I wish we could all work together and tell the truth, because wow, it's really cool. So yeah, I just wanted to show that to you. Here's another whole edge, but it's not on a piece that would have you know, maybe that was its whole purpose there. Maybe that went on a piece of wood. Maybe it just never finished being developed and that was supposed to be turned into something. But you can see the beginning of the process and then the not finishing. And just from what we found in this little surface area sticking through the grass, you can probably see that there's you know, could be anything here. Is anything here that it's a massive site. Yeah, just on and on and on and on. Here's another core stone. Here's a good example. So you see this? This is where stone has been knocked down and knocked down and knocked down to take good pieces off because it was solid stuff. And now it's literally down to a core. Whenever you see those cores, that's what it is. It's the leftover center piece that you couldn't peel. Even at this point, you're getting just the smallest little bird tips off of it, but not very much more. And there's all levels. Like, here's another complete and perfect, just laying there. So that's just insane how, you know, maybe that one's broken too. Where was that centerpiece? So it's hard to tell what the story is in a spot like this, whether it's just because the ground is so rich and stuff, that just like we're here today picking through it, 10,000 years of other human beings have come through and picked through it, and then in their day, when this is what you made tools out of, they kind of high-graded it and high-graded it and high-graded it also. And so entire sites, I mean, you can walk over 100, 300 foot areas and just see that people have been picking them up and chipping at them in all sorts of ways for a very long time. And I'm going to take you to as many of these as I can show you so I can start to get my point across on the level of usage. And, well, this is fine. I could wander up here all day long, or at least until some pot grower shot at me. But I think that that's going to be a quick one. We're just going to call it done for now. And thank you for coming along with me on another little weird wander. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, front seat cleanup here. That's where I just picked up before it started dumping rain. Hang on, mud on the camera. So they're a little dirty. You can see so is my car seats and my truck and me. But there's the first one. Kind of slow down a little bit. You can see it doesn't have its fine workings on there, so it's either just a rough tool or just kind of a blank. I suspect a lot of these to be practice ones or just blanks. This one looked like scrapage tool to me, I don't know. I saw little marks on it. Picked that one and this one up for the same reasons, because they each had like one nicely made edge on them. And I think they were probably just used for that purpose, for what they look like, you know. And but back to the actual blanks, and I find these a lot on sites. There's another one. So it's gone through basic purposing to make sure that it is a real blank. If you're going to carry a rock with you, you want it to have so close that it's going to finish out nice and you're sure of it. Look at that big old knife. Now that to me looks like a finished product. And man, it's a nice feeling thing. So I can't believe that was just laying there. It's the season. And then yet another with the finished edge, and then this has got a flat, but it might be perfect for pressing down, or they thought they were going to skinny this edge up and a big piece broke and they went and tossed it down because there's a pile there in their day too. I think that's probably my favorite.